character sheet open.
Welcome back to Win in the Wild, everyone. Session 50, the real 50 this time. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers,
Whoop,
folks.
whoop. Cheers.
If you got them, drink them. If you got them, down them. Well,
This is
50.
bigger. This is bigger than SNL 50. That's what I'd say.
that's true. This is more momentous.
Oh, for sure.
Than
We will
SNL
also
50
be
by
having
orders of magnitude.
the Lonely Island will also be in this episode as well. Just
Small-time band known as Lonely Island.
Yeah,
They haven't
yeah.
been relevant for 33 years. Since before I was born. Anyway. All right. Enough banter. Austin, why don't you kick us off by reading the recap, please?
Look at that.
Since he finally used his inspiration
I
that session.
used my inspiration.
It's a
guys.
miracle.
And what did I get out of it? Absolutely nothing. Session 49, Part 1 and Part 2. The party set off from like a green root into the forest of woe. It moved quickly, ambushed by a giant poisonous toad and a ghost with what appeared to be her children. They find a portal, moving them closer to their goal. Then they come across a forest sphinx. They bested his riddles and narrowly avoided a fight with the creature, but they bested him with a riddle, and in return, they received information on the whereabouts of a Feywild shard they promptly found. This would allow Jeatz to force Pascal to wild magic surge once a day. They continued into the forest, finding themselves amongst a rocky outcrop, finding nothing particularly special about the place, but Glitter and Pascal sensed a large and powerful presence. Suddenly they were enveloped by the earth and a sinkhole swallowed them. They found themselves at the end of a cavern, which led to a lush stream. It was guarded by a horrible creature. A giant, centipede-like creature lurked over the pool, but in its mouth appeared the face of Victor Kane, purely preserved despite him being nearly 30 years older than Horace. The cave itself began to collapse behind them, so the fight was on. The spellcasters were more sheepish in their approach, keeping their distance. But Horace rushed right up to it after Glitter cast invisibility on him. As Horace got closer, he saw what appeared to be Kane searching for something in the pool. Almyre figured this pool was reminiscent of the pool where they found Reachwig in the wild, and have a direct connection to the weave. Horace landed several blows from behind the creature, using his holy weapon to deal massive damage. The creature stunned Almyre with its transfixing lights. In a wild turn of events, Jeatz found himself transformed into a nutcracker thanks to a wild magic surge, until he cracked a nut. He frantically searched for one on the ground and in the bag of holding. Things took a dark turn, however. Kane's searching in the weave pool went uninterrupted, and they successfully found the weave warden, ripping them away from the protection of the weave. Now mortal, Victor's monstrous form easily ripped the sentinel in twain. Kane called out, "Master, now that I have done what you've asked, reward me." Horace was low on health and things weren't looking great. In signature Almyre fashion, a T-Rex appeared. This time, Horace was the target of the polymorph. Jeatz found a nut, and things seemed to turn around. However, the mood soured when Kane slipped out of his centipede bodysuit into the pool, rising with a shadowy form and a red-eye mask.
And that is, hello? And that is where we are now. You see...
Smooth start back into it.
Right.
back in mid-season form, baby.
All right, and that's where we are now. You see rising out of this pool, floating on his own spectral, these wisps appear to be holding him up, suspending him in midair. His spine unnaturally rolls up, and he snaps up and locks eyes with you, Almyre, and then turns around and looks at Horace Rex. Oh shit! Hang on. No, your whole T-Rex self is invisible.
Yes, because we debated doing turning everyone into a T-Rex. We didn't want to turn KO because we didn't need it because he had full health.
Right.
We debated
right.
Glitter, but then Glitter would lose concentration, so we chose me.
Right. Okay. Well, he locks eyes with you, Almyre, and says, "Well, seems Master has rewarded me." And we're on. Okay, so we are going to keep initiative as it was before.
Not to be that guy, but wasn't the whole point that he had a tremor sense, so it didn't matter?
Oh, that
It was
things
the
weren't
centipede, though.
invisible. Well,
Yeah.
you don't know what abilities he has now. He has shed his centipede
That's fair.
form, so
That's
now
fair.
he
That's
has a
fair.
different stat block. So we're going to restart at the top of initiative, and Almyre, that takes us to you. Again, you see these black wisps seem to hold up Kane in his new red eye form. Eyes glowing red as they lock with yours.
You hear a T-Rex say, Almyre, Avery, he only described him having a mask back, so he's still naked. Cast reduce on his dick.
I am naked under all these shadowy wisps.
I'll show you a nutcracker.
Are you the one they called Victor Kane? Is that who you are?
Oh, that is very much who I am.
Okay, good to know. And I will cast Momentary Stasis. I need him to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, alrighty. Ooh, shout out to the 2 crew.
Ooh, I love it.
He's gonna use he's gonna burn a legendary resistance on that.
Yeah, I figured as much, but
Okay.
hey, he burned one, so that's great. Okay, shred that off. And we are going to...
Why get the T-Rex stat now? Because
Yeah, you're gonna need...
Horace is very close to dead.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna need... Oh, fuck.
As in 1 HP.
Yeah, I have a ring,
Oh,
right? I
yeah,
have a-
yo, there was no rest, no nothing. We were this
Yeah.
is just continuing
Wow.
on.
T-Rex stat.
Well, I can't unlong rest, so
You didn't take any damage, I don't think. Did you?
No, I didn't. No.
Ring of Mass Cure Wounds. Let me see if I have that still on.
Honestly, like just realistically speaking, I'm sure that's happened at some point. The way around that is I would probably have you, he'd probably set you at like a realistic amount of health, you know, whatever you last remember. But I'd probably have you roll a number of d4s and then you take that number of spell slots away from yourself.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That makes sense.
Like what felt like an appropriate number of d4s. Like leave it up to chance, but also, you know, d4s would make it still feel punishing because it would be.
Right. It
some
could be a
different
lot.
stress levels.
It could be a little.
Mm-hmm. Right.
T-Rex can't. I don't want to make both attacks on the same target. Interesting.
Okay, so I have one cast I can use as a bonus action of my Ring of Healing Word, which got upgraded to Mass Cure Wounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, me and Horace and Jeatz, if he needs it, or Glitter,
Wait.
Well,
I'm a
he's
T-Rex
a
right now,
T-Rex.
so it wouldn't heal me as
It would
Horace,
heal the
it?
T-Rex.
would
hit
not
points.
heal you. That's right.
And
I
don't you have to be able to
136 health,
see
so I
them
should be
anyway?
good.
Just in a radius. Doesn't say I have to see them.
Lit.
Would I know if... I mean, it would heal the T-Rex, so, I mean, does the T-Rex have...
No, I'm full. We didn't do anything
Oh, that's
after
right.
I.
Great.
He got
Okay,
a few attacks
I will-
off, but he didn't take it.
Yeah, I got one attack and then he. Yeah.
I'll hold off on that then, but I do need to heal.
Okay, I would. So
Don't
I got
have
this first.
potions.
I have potion, right?
The T-Rex says that the T-Rex makes 2 attacks, one with its bite, one with its tail. It can't make both attacks against the same target. That's just saying I can't do a bite and a tail attack against one target. I could do 2 bites. Or is it saying I can't do
Let me
2
look
attacks
up,
regardless of the type?
No, you can only do 1 attack on 1 target.
Okay.
Because basically what it's saying is that you're so long and so big that you could bite something in front of you and whip your tail against something behind you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I interpret that. So if there was another enemy on the field, you could make your second attack against it.
I'm going to swallow my potion of superior healing as a bonus action. And then, how much is that again?
Superior? Let's see.
Yes.
Superior. Sorry. Potion. Healing.
8d4 plus 8.
Yep.
Yeah, 18
Beat me
yeah.
to it.
D4 plus 8. Okay, cool. All right, so that's my turn. I'm going to stay where I am because I'm far enough away. Okay, yep.
All right. Okay, that takes us to Jeatz. Your turn.
Well, I just closed Discord. Oops. There we go. I guess I'm gonna cast Fireball? Question mark?
As long as you don't hit me.
Do I have any sorcery points left? Does it matter? Oh, I have all my sorcery. Oh no, I have 0 sorcery points.
Ooh,
Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna look over at my boy and I'm gonna go burn. And I'll cast Fireball. It needs to make a dex save.
Alright.
This is a 3rd level because it's all I got.
All he's got.
That's a 19.
Well, that's unfortunate. He's gonna take half of 27, so 13.
13. Okay.
13 fire damage!
Oh, you know what? I did not share the initiative tracker. Wait, let me do that now.
And then I'm going to go, because I think it's important to know my escape route. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
That's me.
That's you. Fuck, where am I? Oh
You're
god!
You're above Almyre.
Oh, even better.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna do that. Then I got a little bit of rock cover. It's all good. It's all good. And I guess I'll pass. Oh, nope, no, I won't. I get to do my fun thing. First D20 roll of session 50.
What's your fun thing?
I get to see if I explode. Oh, I got a 19. Everyone's safe. My wild magic. I'm a wild magic sorcerer.
Oh, you cast a spell. Okay. I was like, what?
Yeah.
You cast a spell. Okay. All right. That takes us to the lair action. You see these shadowy wisps start to kind of wrap around him and become like this tornado of this black shadow energy starts to mix with some green magic that starts floating off of this plant life. And you see starting to form in the underbrush along the edges of this stream, you see these weird green and black shadowy bear-like figures start to emerge out of the ground. And he says, time to have a little fun with my newfound Fey magic. And that will take us to Horace's turn. A giant invisible T-Rex.
Does it mean there's 2 red eyes? I'm going to... An invisible dinosaur T-Rex is just going to chomp and try to, like, swallow him whole.
Okay.
So I'll do I guess I'll do an attack, bite on... Actually, what is the damage here? Bite. What's 10 to hit?
So you're remaining invisible because...
Greater invisibility.
It's greater invisibility. Right.
Alright, so I'm going to bite him. That's going to be a 29 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
D12s. Oh, I did not get my D12s out. Why didn't I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. That's 37 damage.
Alright.
Is he medium or small?
He is a medium creature.
If the target is a medium or small creature, it is grappled. Until this grapple ends, the target is restrained. I just can't bite another target.
Oh, okay. So he's grappled?
Yep. The DC is 17 to escape that.
Escape. Okay.
And then I'm going to do a tail attack. The
You're technically
Bear.
also inhabiting this square, so
Yeah.
Bear 2 is should be within a 5-foot reach. But I think your tail attack might be 10 feet
I have
anyway.
10 feet. Yeah. So I'll do that. That's a 13 to hit.
We'll just hit. Yep.
I think, 3d8. The 16. That's 22 damage.
Okay. Bear 2. You chomp down and you hear Victor, and then you quickly whip your tail around to hit the bear. Who you
I'm
like
still
smack
visible, right?
his front paw. Yeah, so he's just like floating up in the air, right?
I'm like shaking like back and forth.
Yeah. What is happening? Okay. So let's see. Oh, no wonder I was confused because I had labeled that wrong. Okay. As a legendary action, Kane is going to Misty Step out of your jaws. And he is going to go Misty Step right in front of you, Almyre.
Is that spell or
That is the Misty Step spell.
the Misty Step spell counterspell?
Nice.
He is going to counterspell your counterspell.
Oh,
Counterspell.
What a chance.
Okay, yeah, sure, that's above board. Okay, so he remains grappled.
I was
Okay.
gonna hear a legendary resistance right there.
No,
Keep the train going.
he's not gonna. No, not gonna burn legendary resistance. Okay, but that does take us to his turn. That said, so he tries to cast a spell. Yes.
Before that happens, I failed my wild magic.
Oh my god.
Yeah, buddy.
Sorry to take
Please,
the
I'm not cracker again. Please.
Alright. Man, getting a 100 would be fucking clutch. 79, I think that's the nutcracker.
No,
No.
it can't be.
Oh, no.
It can't be.
Oh no, it's so much better. I need to make a wisdom save for real quick.
Oh boy.
17. I technically passed, but now I need to roll legendary.
What the?
Oh, that's a 10. What is that? What that means I pass automatically, right? Yeah. I don't get to do that very often. 10. Cool. All right, I pass. I don't turn into a pixie.
Okay, that's good, I guess. Okay, so
Actually got along
yeah,
a little bit better.
so Red Eye goes to Misty Step and he almost disappears for just a second. But Almyre, you go to counterspell it. Red Eye counterspells the counterspell, and then Jeatz, you counterspell the counterspell. something like that.
I briefly turn into a pixie, and then you just see his spell fail. Spell failed, and I turn back, and it's like, whoa, that was weird.
So that said, on Kane's turn, I will say that he can still see out of your mouth, despite you being grappled, because it doesn't say anything about them having the creature having the blinded condition. So he is going to reach out a finger, despite it shaking rapidly, and snap at you, Almyre. And this is not a spell, so this can be no counter spell. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex saving
as this arcane energy leaps out of his fingertip, travels slowly, and then rapidly accelerates towards you in an explosive force.
This is going to be an 8.
An 8 is going to fail. Oh no, these dice rolled a little too well. That is 60 force damage. As you,
and that's not an ability? Or that's an ability?
it's a recharge. Just
It was a disadvantage.
it's a recharge.
6-0.
Did he roll with
Six,
advantage because
zero.
he's grappled, or?
No, it's just
You have inspiration.
Yeah, you have inspiration.
Oh, I do have inspiration. Let me. Yeah, that's a natural 1.
Okay.
So hold on, I did the wrong thing.
I think session 50, we all should get another inspiration. How about that?
I think we should, yeah, this is a really good case of a free long rest in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, we're up to level 13, right?
So
sorry.
in this moment, Almyre goes down, and
Oh no.
Horace is no longer a T-Rex.
Oh no, this is not
I have 51
good.
health.
Ooh,
Woof.
oh boy.
But glitter has your invisibility, so I think you're still invisible.
Oh,
But
I guess he's no longer grappled then,
sure.
right?
Yes, Horace,
yeah,
I
he's no
will
longer in the
say
mouth
you
of-
are invisible. I'll give you that.
Wait, did Glitter cast greater invisibility?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you. It didn't seem to shuffle. Anyway,
Yes. Hey, buddy.
Almyre, you go down with this arcane explosion. Okay. That will be the... Okay, so Kane's no longer grappled. He is going to kind of slowly, I guess, walk over to the edge of the pool and look towards Jeatz and Glitter. That takes us to the mid-layer action, so I'm going to roll a d6.
mid-layer.
We not even made
Layer
through
of-
one round.
No.
Oh yeah,
I only
remember
did-
the thing still moves up.
Right.
Mm.
It's going to move up. Sorry, I need to... So. Rocks start to fall rapidly this go round. Encroaching upon the pool. Okay, that takes us to the bear's turn. Let's see, this water is difficult terrain, so let's see. 5.
Here's fucking turn.
And this. Okay. Almyre, that's your turn.
Yup. Who's next?
That would be Jeatz.
Okay, as a bonus action, I'm gonna convert my 6 spell slot into 6 sorcery points. And then I'm going to cast a twin spell. I guess level 2, because I was gonna do level 3, but I can't. Chaos Bolt.
Jeatz, before you do that, give me a perception check.
Okay. This ain't gonna go well. 15? That's okay, I guess.
With a 15, you're kind of far away from the pool, but you do hear some whispering coming from it. Not unfriendly whispering. But whispering. You can't quite make out the words over the chaos that's happening at the moment.
There was a lot of shit.
Damn.
That's all freaking physics. There's a lot of physics in XD here.
Could I? This is probably a mistake. Can I go to the edge of the pool and look down into it? That's exactly 30 feet.
If you want to take opportunity attack from the bear, you may.
I guess I'm gonna have to.
Okay, that's going to claw at you.
Okay, I don't do the sorcery quick though, by the way.
Is that
or at least not currently.
dirty 20 to hit?
That does hit.
It's 10 slashing damage.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's only an eighth of my health. A ninth of my health, somewhere in there. Okay. Do I hear it? Do I hear it better here?
Yes, you do. You can actually, you know, go, roll me another perception check. This roll it with advantage this time.
Ooh. That's worse. 11.
It's still whispering, but it does feel more friendly now that you are closer. Something seems to be calling you into the pool.
Okay, I guess I dash into the pool. Like dive down into it, I guess.
Okay. You dive into the pool. It's a couple feet deep, but at the bottom, it's kind of a flat bottom, but there is this arcane gash. And in the same manner that you've seen the other arcane gashes across the wild, this one looks the same. It's sort of like this lightning bolt pattern. Oddly enough, it doesn't look like the water is seeping into it.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, it's kind of acting like a spring that's feeding this this pool and then the stream itself. As you get closer to it, you can hear these voices that sound very similar to the ones that were warning you away from taking your teleportation circle that other direction when you came up with that came up against that decision.
That feels a little out of scope.
Okay. Can I try thought vibing to it? I mean, I can't talk him underwater, but like.
Is that a bonus action for you? Is that just a character? Is that just a feature of your class, thought vibing?
Is that a thing?
No, I mean, like is it something that like I can? I don't know. I can't like talk to it, so I'm wondering if I could just be like
vibe with it.
Yeah, like you know, I connect with the Earth pretty frequently.
Sure. Give me one more check, but make it a nature check. Sure.
Nature check. Fuck. 12. Or wait, did I get advantage?
Yeah, you can do it with advantage.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry. I'm glad you asked because I probably wouldn't have given it to you otherwise.
12.
With a 12, I'll say that it feels ancestral in a way. You're not exactly sure how, but it feels comforting, not like a deceitful, like a siren.
Okay, well, I guess there's nothing really I can do.
Okay. That takes us to the lair action. Oh, shit. Glitter got... Oh, never mind. Glitter was with Jeatz. I thought Glitter got crushed by the rocks. Nope. Okay, that takes us to the lair action. Red Eye looks over at you, Jeatz, and says, "What are you doing in my pool?" And let's see. What is he going to do? I guess he can't. Oh, you know, he's gonna have to use his legendary action.
He can't swim. No, I'm just kidding.
That's not true. He's gonna use his legendary action to stand over you, just to move.
Okay.
So that takes us to Horace's turn.
You got opportunity attacks if they came in range with me?
Yeah,
You may.
for sure. That's interesting.
21 to hit.
That it's.
That is a 16 to hit.
Yeah.
Sorry, 16 damage.
That misses.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Okay, that's 16 damage. Got it.
Yeah. That's cool.
All right, now it's my actual turn.
Okay.
Can
Yep.
I hear voices?
Yes, as Jeatz gets closer, you hear these voices start to rise out of the pool. They're loud enough now. It seems that they're coming out of the water towards you.
What are they saying?
Roll me a perception check.
That is a 25.
A 25. You see Jeatz dive into the pool, clearly looking for something. As you turn your ear towards the pool, you hear things like, "You slay. We are grateful. Company. Protection."
I reach into the pool to reach the Fey. Well, I assume the voice maybe comes from the Fey, and reach for it. Becca, we need your help.
Okay.
Anything. Preferably help.
Gotcha.
And maybe some backup.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say, Sean?
I want to reach in to the pool and ask for help.
Okay.
See if I can like pull something. If I need to like request something specific, I'm not sure who these are. So if I need to like
Right.
call for
So this is the power of the weave itself is seeping into the world, right? Otherwise the weave warden wouldn't have been able to be pulled through it. So as you reach into this pool, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
There's a 17.
With a 17, you reach into the pool and you feel a lot of resistance, but you feel the spectral hand grab yours, and in the cold water it feels very warm, and you can feel yourself radiating with energy. And you pull against it and you're making progress, but you can't pull it out quite just yet. So on your next turn, I'll allow you to make another check to see if you're successful. Okay. That takes us to Kane's turn. So Jeatz, with you submerged. Okay. Luckily for you, he does not get his recharge back because that would be pretty brutal. He instead is just going to take regular attack on you. Does a 16 hit?
Yeah, it meets it.
Okay. You are going to take 18 slashing damage as these shadowy claws slash through the water at you. And then as a bonus action, he is going to Misty Step towards Almyre. I think that feels appropriate. Okay, so that is another mid-layer action. So 6. Okay, it's just a 1. Lucky for you, that is only 10 feet.
So, what happened? Did I take damage? What?
No, he didn't do
it was
anything.
18 slashing damage to you, and he
Okay.
missed
Okay.
to you, Jeatz.
Okay.
Okay, so rocks fall at initiative 10, and then that takes us to the bear's turn. These bears are kind of confused. This one, I guess, turns into the water to go to you, Jeatz, and is going to take an attack. Does a 14 hit?
No, it misses.
Okay. This other bear is just going to amble towards Red Eye. 30. Going towards Almyre. Okay, Almyre, that is your turn. What shall it be? Okay. Jeatz, that is your turn again. You see Horace reach down into this arcane gash at the bottom of this pool. And it looks
Oh, you
like
don't
he's
see anything.
pulling through. Oh shit! So you just see the spectral arm reaching up through this pool. It looks like it's grabbed onto something. I would assume you would know about where Horace is. Maybe, considering he was shaking a red eye through the air. No?
I whisper, "Fuck you."
Okay.
Mr. Is it?
It's Jetz's turn.
Oh, I thought it was still Almyre's. Oh, but Almyre is down.
Almyre is
Okay.
down.
What happened when you asked for help, Horace?
A spectral arm reached out, and I'm currently trying to pull it up.
Okay, can I, as an action, try to help that get pulled out?
Yeah, you can also roll me an Arcana check.
I bet this is the real Weave Warden. He wouldn't die like that.
That's a 21.
A 21. As you go down into the pool and help out the spectral arm, and you can kind of feel Horace's body rubbing up against yours, you start to pull at this arm, and with a 21, you are able to successfully release this body from the weave, and its form is pure light. It rises up out of this relatively shallow. I mean, it's what, like 3 feet deep, so you could stand up and put your head above the water. This spectral form rises up and out of the water, and it says, "You, my kin, have slain the eye that watches the weave. For that we are grateful. Please enjoy our protection." And it looks at the two of you in the pool, and you feel a warm sensation go through your body in this moment, and it starts to envelop you and kind of drag you down into the pool with you.
Okay, I think I go with it and internally make a peeing in the pool joke in my head.
Please save our friend. He's out there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing else I can really do, so.
Okay. That takes us to the layer action. Let's see. What is Red Eye going to do? I would say Red Eye sees this figure rise up out of the pool and looks over at it and casts a ranged spell attack. You see him cast an Eldritch Blast at it, and it plinks off of the spectral figure. Okay, Horace, that takes us to your turn.
Could I try to grab the centipede and see if I can wear the centipede?
You want to grab the centipede suit that's in this pool.
I want to see if I could put it on, if like I would have more health.
But on the centipede.
Yeah.
While this thing is enveloping you in light.
Well, maybe I'll like drag it down with me to see if I can't put it on now. I'll just like drag it with me to see if I could use it.
I mean, if you want to use, if you want to use your whole action to try and put yourself in this centipede suit, I'll let you do that.
Oh, I can't say no to that. Can I pull it? Can I just pull it down with me?
If you want to grab onto it, you may also.
I want to pull it down with me. It would be really stupid of me to try.
You become Red Eye.
Now it is very, very large. So give me a strength check. We'll say DC 20.
I guess I would imagine it's kind of already in the water. If I was sinking in the water, it would be maybe a little bit easier. All right, sorry.
It still has a lot
What
of
check?
mass. Just a raw strength check. DC 20.
That's a nat one.
A nat one. Yeah, you try and grab onto this thing, and it's just really gooey. It's just so slick with like snot. It's nasty. right, because that's your
Dice
action.
did not want me to have it.
You, yeah, Dice Grace did not want you to have the centipede suit. Oh God, I could only imagine. Oh, that'd be horrible.
It only works if you're naked.
Yeah, if you were naked, I would have let you roll the advantage.
I just rolled. I guess that's it. Can I use movement to go down?
I mean, this thing's enveloping you. It's kind of moving you for you. So unless you want to like break free of its grasp to save Almyre or whatever, then
I'll just
sure. But
ask that I save Almyre
okay.
as well.
Your friend over there. I can do that. Just don't worry about the little caveat. Just pretend like I didn't say that. Okay. Okay. So that takes us to Kane's turn. So Kane, what he does is he sees the spectral figure taking his prey away, and Almyre, he grabs your unconscious body and kind of like holds you up by the throat with this unnatural power. And he says, "If you want them all, you'll have to come take them from me." Okay. So, here's what's going to happen. Red Eye is going to cast Dimension Door and try to take Almyre away. Except he's going to cast it at the highest level that he has available to him in order to hopefully get away. Jeatz, the spirit that's assisting you has recognized this and has empowered you with the ability to cast Counterspell, and you have a +5 base to your roll. So you're going to need to roll me an Arcana check. In this case, the DC is 18 because he's casting it at Dimension Door at an 8th level. So you need to roll a DC 18 Arcana check, but you have a +5 on top of whatever it is that you roll.
Okay. So I'm not using a spell slot. I'm just casting.
Correct. Yes, this spirit is empowering you to do this.
Okay, so that's a 14 plus 5 is 19.
19.
Beating it by 1. You see Kane goes to cast Dimension Door. Jeatz, you feel suddenly empowered. You counterspell. At the end, so Kane is very frustrated by this. He says, "No!" That takes us to the mid-layer action, which is now the spirit's turn. The spirit reaches out a tendril at you, Almyre, across the room, grabs you, and then all of you feel yourself disappear on the weave.
Oh, shit.
You feel yourself floating in space. And Almyre, go ahead and roll me a con save to see if you can wake up from your injuries for just a moment here.
Wake up.
The last thing you hear Horace say is, "Actually, forget Almyre, get the
Great. That's an 11.
An 11? An 11 will do it. All I needed you was to pass a con save.
Oh, cool.
Or a death saving throw, but with your con modifier.
Nice.
You guys feel yourself floating on the weave. This spiritual guardian that came to save you has disappeared. You do not feel yourself connected with this spirit at all. You are weightless. And as you open your eyes, all you can see are these blue hues, light blue, dark blue, just flowing in what looks like starlight, passing through your vision.
Do I come too?
We're in the
Almyre,
DoorDash
yes.
realm.
Yes, Almyre, you come too. Jeatz.
This was his manager.
Jeatz, you hear very clearly in your head now this ancestral voice that was once distant. This voice sounds even more familiar than perhaps you realized at first.
Okay.
It says, "Thank you, dear Jeatz. Your mother would be proud of you. You've saved us to some degree. When the time is right, perhaps you can come see us your family in Marshfen. I think you know how to get there.
I hope I do too.
And this voice trails off into the distance. Now, Almyre, you come to, and you can feel your friend's presence close by. But as you're floating, go ahead and give me an Arcana check as you come to very suddenly in this new situation, not in the cave.
Ooh, much better. That is a 27.
With a 27, half
I'm a magic
conscious,
bitch, guys.
you can feel your brother's presence. Distant, but you can feel it. And you hear echoing as if in a very, very long hallway. Sister, please, find me. That old man's power is very strong here.
Where do I
don't know
find
where I
you?
am. Look for the old man.
Material or Fey?
That's very vague.
I see a snowy mountaintop, but it feels mundane and cold.
I will find you, brother.
I'll say with a 27, you get not only his voice coming through, but these visions of a flat mountaintop and this tall, cold tower, and visions of this arcane engine that look like swirling arcane energy, almost like a vacuum sucking things up. These like these abstract images flash through your mind.
Gotcha.
And Horace, why don't you also give me an Arcana check while you're here in the weave?
9.
A 9. Horace, you are just happy to be somewhere safe. You don't feel anything in particular, but you are thrown out of the weave into open air. So, Horace, why don't you go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw?
Jesus Christ, 7.
The 7 won't do it. You're going to take 6 bludgeoning damage as you're thrown
I'm down.
face first into some dirt.
Damn.
And as for the other two of you, go ahead and give me
Did we get any
dexterity
help
saving
from that
throws.
person? Or...
No, you did not.
Okay, I'm down.
Oh no.
I just get slammed to the ground and my bones break.
4 for Almyre.
Okay, Almyre, you are going to take also 6 bludgeoning damage as you two
I
are thrown
am
face first
also
into
back
the
down.
dirt. Okay,
Oh
Jeatz.
why'd you have to land on top of me?
All right,
We're
Jeatz.
both out, right? We're both
Yeah,
unconscious.
the two of you are unconscious.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm doing great, guys.
Jeatz, what's
Let's
that
go.
dex save?
Always also goes down. This is how we get TPK'd. We all do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saved you
fail.
from TPK. You will take some fall damage though.
a 19?
Okay, a 19 will do it. So, Jeatz, you're the last person to appear, and you see your friends on the ground, face first, absolutely knocked the fuck out, next to this crumbled fountain here.
It's like the scene in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire where they take the port key and all the kids end up face first in the dirt and the 2 adults are like
yeah, that's it. That is
landing on their
exactly
feet
what
running.
yeah. So you feel yourself come out of the weave, appearing right next to this rubble here. Horace and Almyre knocked the fuck out. Jeatz, you appear on your feet. No problem.
Oh, do they look stable?
I mean, I would say that we're still in initiative technically, but I would say that you're not really in any danger. So we'll skip to your turn.
Let me rephrase. Do I need to bring them up, or are they just knocked out?
I mean, they're like at 0 HP, like they're rolling death saves.
Okay, I'm gonna try to bring up. I'm gonna try to stabilize Almyre.
Okay. Well, now I know where your preferences lie. Okay. Yeah. Roll me a medicine
Well,
check.
Almyra's the one. Well, I guess both of them just went down for the first time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Almyre came back up and
Oh,
leave and
okay.
then got knocked back out.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll just do it in this order then. Medicine check.
Mhm.
It's an 8.
That doesn't do it, buddy. Oh boy. Is this how we kill Almyre and Horace at the same time? Is that
Yeah.
Jeatz can't pass a medicine check to save his life? Okay, all right, roll a medicine
What
check
do
on
anything?
Horace.
Okay.
Healing
On
spirit.
Horace.
Use healing spirit.
11.
Oh shit, hang on. Did Glitter use healing spirit already?
No.
Oh no, she did not. Okay, so she says,
Oh, okay. Well, if she's
Look,
gonna do
I'm
that,
just gonna cast healing spirit. Look, all you gotta do is drag one of their bodies next to the other one, and I can bring them up. Just
okay.
don't even.
I grab Horace.
Clearly, you don't know what you're doing.
Grab Horace.
I grab Horace and I drag him over to Almyra, but I actually use it as a cover to try to steal gold out of his pocket.
"Oh my god."
Son of a bitch.
Which is why I wasn't using healing potions.
Can I roll a perception with disadvantage to see if I can?
Glitter will give you the help action, Horace. You can roll it flat.
What? No, you can't roll perception so you're laying you down.
Well,
Hang on, incapacitated.
Let me roll a sleight of hand against Glitter.
I
Let's
roll
do
it for
that.
glitter.
It doesn't say the incapacitated condition does not preclude you from rolling skill checks.
That makes no sense.
I love Dungeons
Hey,
and
glitter,
Dragons.
glitter's.
Well, her help action was you rolled
12.
flat.
Based on that, I wouldn't get disadvantage, would I? It doesn't say specifically. I
Okay,
would.
well, either way,
I
whatever.
would have given you disadvantage.
All right.
So what are we rolling?
I rolled
Am I
12.
rolling sleight of hand against your persuasion?
Yes, Jeatz. So roll sleight of hand against a DC 12 perception.
That's a 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I roll a D100 to see how many 1,000 gold I got from him?
1,000 gold on it. What? He doesn't.
I only have
No.
1,000. What are you talking about?
You better roll 0.
roll a D6 times 50, and that's how
Okay.
much gold I'll let you
Okay.
steal.
You could get the max amount of gold, I bet.
I got a 1. So
Okay, so
I
only
got
50
50.
gold. Yeah, only 50
Yeah.
gold. Okay. While you're doing all this, deceptively stealing gold from Horace and
I'm
notably
dragging
Almyre,
him over to Almyre.
Glitter casts healing spirit over the two of you, so you wake up, and I guess she'll get all of you. Let's see, times your spellcasting modifier, which I think is a +4. Okay, it's 1d6. 2, 3, 4. So that's 15 hit points back
Nice.
from Glitter.
Oh, holy shit, you guys! Oh, you almost got cooked back there.
Oh my god, I had this weird dream where we were floating in space and time, and then I got a face full of dirt.
I think we were in the weave for just a moment there.
We were in the weave. Oh, in the weave. Oh my god.
I like stand up and stretch my arms, and I'm like, first time, guys.
All right.
Have you been in the weave before?
I lasted longer than y'all did, that's for sure.
Actually, Jeatz, give me a history check.
Oh shit. 9.
You're unsure. You're unsure at this point.
Well, I lasted longer than you did, but maybe.
Alrighty. With that said, everyone, roll me a perception check as you get up and kind of brush yourselves off.
Oh, that's very good.
That's an 11.
God. Nat 1, 7.
24.
Horace is actually upset right now because I guess I kind of expected to go and defeat Victor Kane for once, and he just became more powerful. And I'm I guess distraught. I'll just go and kind of get over by the bridge.
Almyre, you are looking around. Jeatz, you're a little too busy gloating. Almyre, as you look around, this place kind of looks familiar, except it's not familiar. It's both at the same time. You look around and you notice that the terrain looks exactly the same as the place you met in Widdershins, except here there are not as many buildings, and where the fountain is, it looks like the fountain that was here has been destroyed. Off in the distance, you see sort of this dilapidated, what looks like a chapel, and next to you is this well-kept cabin. And
can I? Oh, sorry. Yeah. If we're gonna take a break.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I think with that we'll take a little BRB.
Alrighty.
See you soon.
We'll go get some.
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to session 50. I should sound more excited. Holy cow, it's session 50. Keep up, keep up, guys.
At this point, it's session 50 and a half.
What you didn't hear was
shit.
his devastation that
That's
he
crazy.
didn't kill us and end it here.
Yeah, I did tell them in the BRB, you know what, I was a little too nice. You actually all died in reality. This is just an alternate universe that I'm allowing you to live in.
We're starting back at level 1, baby.
Yeah, in Widdershins, except this time it's like just has completely disappeared.
I'm a very organized magic user this time.
I don't think that exists. I don't think Caleb and organized magic user belong in the same sentence.
It could be interesting. What if session 50 is us going back to 3 different characters in Widdershins before it happened? For like the rapture
like a
happened.
prequel? Oh
Yeah.
shit, that would be wild. Yeah. I honestly that'd be a fun campaign. All right. That said, so you all you get picked up by Glitter. Horace, you walk off in frustration that you could not exact your final revenge against Victor Kane, who is the reason that your life is the way that it is now. But Almyre, as you're looking around, you notice that this is the place that you met. This is, at least looks like, Wittershin's.
Do I feel like magic presence, or does this feel more like this is the material world?
You
side?
definitely feel like it's the material plane. Like, you did not plane shift as you were going along the weave. You just kind of got spat out, perhaps, at the most convenient place. But I will allow you to roll an Arcana check if you want to kind of sense the world around you otherwise.
Gosh, look how fancy Austin looks with his
Yeah,
glass
I was
of
expecting it.
champagne.
I would have 14.
Okay. With a 14, at the moment, you don't really feel anything magical. It does seem quite mundane. But perhaps I'll let you, come back and inspect a few times as you're looking around. So I will say the two notable things are this cabin that looks very well kept, and in the distance to the south is this chapel that looks kind of dilapidated, like the windows are blown out, that kind of thing. There's also the bridge that appears to have collapsed into the river that Horace is sitting on.
I wonder if before we do anything, we should explore this house a little bit to the north, and maybe if there's a place to rest. I don't think that thing is going to be following us. So
I sure hope not. I think maybe, yes, let's go knock on the door over here, and maybe someone will let us in.
Okay. Glitter's actually gonna start flying over to Horace, but Jeatz and Almyre, if you want to go maybe knock on the door and see if anyone's home, sure, you can check in on this cabin.
okay.
All right, so you knock on the door, but you don't get a response right away, and it doesn't even sound like there's anyone inside. Even I'll just say with your passive perception, there's no like shuffling or anything. It's quite quiet aside from the occasional bird whistle or fish splashing in the stream.
Okay. I guess I go in.
Yeah, the door's unlocked. You're able to push it open without a problem.
Okay. I kind of walk in. Oh, that's weird that my map went there.
You walk in and look inside, and there's a couple things. It looks like there's a full set of dishes on the table, but as you look around, you don't see any effects that would be sort of like anyone lived here. There's a bow hanging on the wall. There's some ashes in the fireplace, but there's not like a dresser that would normally have clothes in it. There's not food in any of the pantries. It's weirdly inhabited yet uninhabited at the same time.
Do I get the feeling we're still on the material plane?
Oh yes, and Almyre,
Okay.
I'm assuming you would have said as much just in passing. It's like, oh
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
okay. Thank you. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and in fact,
Can I
if you want to roll me an insight check, Jeatz, just casually.
Okay. Insight check. 6. I got an 8.
An 8. You're probably on the material plane. You couldn't really figure out much else beyond that other than you're definitely in the material plane. There is some lore that I would have given you if you'd rolled like a 10. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
You could tell at the very least you're on the material plane. You didn't plane shift in the same way that Almyre didn't since that you plane shifted.
Okay. Good news, Almyre. I think we're still in the material plane.
I felt that as well.
Well, I thought it first. Shut up.
Okay.
And I walk away.
All right, so you're checking out this cabin, and honestly, nothing seems untoward here. It's kind of weird that it's so well kept, but it doesn't look like anyone actually lives here. But we'll cut over to Horace. You're swinging your legs on the bridge here, just kind of looking at the stream, watching it pass by. Caleb.
So even if I stand out, it's fine.
McKinley's outside the door. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I'll mute my mic for a minute.
Horace, you hear glitter flying up behind you. The sound of the stream going by is, maybe a little meditative for you. And she lands on some stones next to you, and she says, Horace, you look kind of forlorn. What's going on? We made it out alive, right?
I just the one thing that I've had from the material plane, memory-wise, I never really had anything since I was so young. But the one thing I think we all remembered was Victor Kane, and what he done, chasing us down for years. And I just expected the fight to end there. I think to avenge my parents.
Well, even though he's still alive, we can still get him. I don't think it's cowardly to run away when you know that you've lost. You've just gotta, bulk up. Go after him again next time. He had an unfair advantage, right? We gotta just try again.
But now it's just even more unfair. He had a really cool centipede body, and now he's red eye.
Oh, you like his centipede body? You're jealous of that? I mean,
I
if
didn't
you
like that
want,
he
I can
was just
polymorph you
naked
into
in
a
it.
centipede.
No,
Yeah,
I don't want to be
if you-
centipede. It was just, I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to see what it was like. But regardless, I don't know. He just is always one step ahead, it seems.
Well, I think if there's anything that we learned from that, it's Ariazel seems to be pulling the strings here, and if we can get to Ariazel, I think we're probably going to have to pass through Victor at some point, right? So I think before long you'll get your revenge.
I do. I guess I wonder if there's going to be two red eyes. I don't know. Our old friend put on a mask before and whisked off, and now Victor Kane has a mask of the same kind.
So where do you think the power comes from for that mask, huh?
I assume it comes from, I think the same place.
Well,
But I can't say for certain. I think Ariazel has something to do with it. The power of what's like the Ender from the Ender, the Pixies. I think maybe something with that.
Exurbia is the goddess
Yeah.
of the wild, but Endring is the mother of changelings.
Mm. That's my guess. Ariazel and what he did to the Pixies and the Endrings. I think that's where power comes from.
Well, for what it's worth, I'll stick by his side till we kick Victor Kane's ass, till we kicked Ariazel's ass, till we saved the wild, okay?
Thank you, Glitter. I'm lucky to have you by my side.
And she sits down looking at the stream as it goes by. Next to you. Okay. So with that, Almyre and Jeatz, you've perused this cabin. You've not really found any evidence of anyone living here. It's starting to get late in the day. Is there anything y'all would like to do?
Did we find a bed in there by chance?
Yeah, there's a little ladder up there that goes to a bed with some, kind of a feather bed with a sheet on top of it that smells relatively clean. Doesn't smell stale or anything. So
We all gonna share the same bed?
I
Let's do it.
don't know. That's a good question. I don't know, but I run out and I go and I yelled out at Horace. I'm like, "Hey, Horace, stop being so sad. We found a bed." And then I go back inside.
So I think that Feywild magic, your magic surge thing hit me where I just became sad for an hour. I'm good.
Yeah, snapping out of it first. Yeah, glitter follows you back to the cabin.
I walk back in and I look at Almyre. Go, he's inconsolable.
Oh no, he got hit too? Oh no.
Oh shit, you ain't consolable, Horace. Fuck.
All right. So with that, the sun is going down. Everyone roll me a
Sun's
perception
getting real.
It's getting real low.
Sun's
21.
getting real low. What's the point of me fucking rolling? Oh, that's a dirty 20. Would have been nice if someone hadn't gotten a fucking 21.
22, I think. Perception, hold on. 21.
Hey.
Okay, fine then. I see how it is.
And
You're in a
Horace?
really deep sleep. 21 as well.
Okay. You all are just kind of sitting there quietly, all keeping an eye out on the window. All of you at the same time see a huge dire wolf at the edge of the forest with a deer in its mouth walking slowly towards the cabin.
A dire wolf?
Mhm.
Ooh.
Can I roll a perception check to see if it's... I don't know, if you could tell the difference between like how, like, you know, a dire wolf that's maybe someone transformed into a dire wolf walks, how they're acting.
Sure, you can roll me an insight check.
Can I do something stupid?
Sure.
Can I get down like I'm beckoning it and be like, Ty, is that you?
Wait, you want to go outside and ask?
Roll the 18,
Yeah.
by the way.
I want to know if it's Ty.
Let me take a look.
Okay,
before we go out
so
there.
you guys are inside the house, and I'll let you know the door is here, not here where Jeatz is. It's up
sorry.
here.
Where's the bed? I assume
The
we're
bed's
just in
upstairs.
bed.
It's like a little ladder
Yeah.
to a loft.
Okay, I assume we're upstairs then.
I know, but
Um,
it's okay.
Well,
I rolled an 18.
okay.
Are we downstairs? Wait,
You'd
did we
have to be
sleep and then
downstairs.
see
There's
this?
no,
What do we-
there's no. You guys are just hanging out.
Oh,
at
what's the
table
order of
doing
these?
fuck
Okay,
all.
we're just hanging out. Okay, we
Yeah,
haven't
just
gone to
hanging
bed
on the
yet.
table.
Okay.
Okay, so
I
Jeatz, are
rolled
you going
18.
outside to beckon this wolf, and then Horace, you're looking out the window?
Absolutely.
Okay. Jeatz, you run outside to beckon. As soon as you step outside and start acting weird, this dire wolf
Can I
stops
hold
in
it?
its
Oh.
tracks.
Can I stop from going outside first?
Hey, it's okay.
That's
he already did
between
it.
you
Whatever.
two. All right.
I'd
So
like
Horace, okay. So Horace is not stopping Jeatz from going outside. Jeatz, you walk outside and start to beckon it. Horace, you're looking on, aghast from the window here. Horace, I will say that you do recognize with your 21. This does not appear to be a real direwolf. It's probably something that shapeshift into a direwolf. Jeatz, as you get down on one knee.
Wait, who is this?
20.
Is this the
I
same
am
wolf?
20.
Dire
Do
wolf
I
has-
not get to know that?
It walks towards you, drops
Do we know this dire wolf?
the deer from its mouth. I'm getting there. And the wolf transforms into like a green root. The tree that you met at the edge of the forest earlier. He says, I'm not Ty. It's weird that you would beckon her that way if she was looking like a wolf. You made it out alive. Oh, that is incredible. Here, I brought us dinner. And he, with one hand, picks up this deer by the scruff and says, "Oh, let me make you a fire, and we'll have some venison for dinner. How about that?" And he just starts like going in, passes you by, gives you a good, a hefty pat on the shoulder, and walks into the cabin. "I saw you watching from the windows. No need to worry. It's just me."
I wasn't worrying. I knew you weren't. I knew you weren't just some strange dire wolf.
Oh,
So couldn't help us.
I mean, I did too. That's what I just picked the wrong person, guys. I was pretty close.
I wouldn't call it a coin flip. How many druids do you know?
Like
It's
2,
more than-
maybe 3. It was definitely a coin flip.
So a 3-sided coin flip. Got it.
Yes, it was like a D6, but 1s, 2s count for 1, 2s, 3s count for something else. I don't know.
Ah, so you play dice. Shall we play
yes.
dice later?
Yeah, we can play whatever you want, sir.
Okay.
Oh, my
okay. And to your question, Sir Horace, no, I could not help. Here in the Village of Miracle is kind of where I find myself when I want to be alone, sort of away from the rest of my circle. I find peace here. I'm not sure where you were, and quite frankly, I'm not sure how you found yourselves here. But I'm glad you're safe. Whatever it is, the darkness in the forest seems to have subsided at least a little bit. So, whatever you did, I think.
I have a couple questions for you. If you'd like some help with
Yes,
with
miss,
dinner, I'd
please.
like to ask them to you.
Oh, yes. If you don't mind helping me butcher this deer here. And he goes over to
Yes,
a
of
table at
course.
the edge of the cavern and gets out a knife of his and starts dressing this dear.
I can't butcher
Almyre-
this deer. I'm too busy butchering this interaction.
Almyre is gonna help, but immediately remembers that she has never cooked for herself.
See,
this is how this is made?
It's
Oh
the
my
sharp
God,
side
this
of the
is
knife
so
that you
gross.
want to use.
So
So
he
gross.
That's the dull side.
Yeah, so he starts to cut into this deer to like take the skin off, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you asked to help," and then hands you the knife.
Oh, yes. And I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just kind of holding it there while I'm really
Behind
asking
him, I'll like
questions.
mimic. I'll like like this.
Okay, and I'll like do that a little bit.
Okay, roll me a performance check, and Horace, you can give the help action, I guess. We'll skirt the rules here a little bit.
Okay, with the help action,
Yes, what do you-
double 18. That's a dirty 20.
Whoa!
Damn.
Whoa! All right. By pure chance, and we'll say that like is helping you along, sort of like, I don't know if you know that like actors sometimes will mouth the lines of their on-screen counterparts. He's kind of like just very quietly mimicking the actions, and you take on sort of like his persona.
Yeah.
Glitter
And, like,
actually just
you're following along. you're following along with kind of the actions that he's doing, and you're picking up on it very quickly. So you're addressing this deer very very deftly, quite frankly, by Leica's estimation.
Nice.
Well, you must have done this before.
So-
Yes, I'm quite impressed.
Yes,
but-
of course.
Like it actually doesn't know how to cook.
How? Yeah, right.
We're all gonna starve.
how-
No one knows how to dress a deer.
if they fuck this up, I will take care of this. Don't you
I
worry.
know how to address a deer. 1, 2, 3, doe lane.
Get out! Just get out of here.
You see Glitter like starts like bapping you
Or
with
lock
her
the door.
wings.
He's still not in here. He's still not in here. Lock it. It's the rest of the window.
How many? How long were we gone?
Oh, why? About 6 days. Why? It took quite some
Okay.
time for you to
And that
traverse the
lines up with
forest.
what?
But
With what we thought, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
no time differential or anything.
right.
Okay, great. Now another thing. Where did you say we were? Miracle Village?
Oh, yes, you're in the village. I suppose is still called Miracle, though you could hardly call it a village these days. Yes, people used to come and give offerings to the gods in hopes that the village would return someday. As maybe you're well aware, this village disappeared some 30 years ago. Buildings and all just into nothingness. The only thing left behind was that crumbled fountain there, and they've left it kind of as an homage.
What's
So-
the mayor's name?
In a weird, do you know like what this village was called?
Well, the village itself has always been called
Yeah.
Miracle.
Yeah, we had
I will say that I've
Do
not
you know anybody in the village?
I've not always been the guardian of this place. It was others before me. I've always grown up a village around the forest, so the village itself proper, I never really had that much knowledge about it. It was only after it was abandoned that I kind of took it upon myself to at least keep up this cabin and wait for any people that might be making a pilgrimage here to welcome them should they come along.
We have a very interesting situation in that we have been to the village that disappeared.
Oh. He turns to you, completely disregarding the deer that you're dressing. He says, You know where it went?
We met actually there. It went to the Feywild. Exurbia. That's where I'm from. Jeatz is kind of from there. And Horace ended up there forever ago and lived there for a fairly decent amount of time. We ended up...
The lost goddess Exurbia, you have been to her realm and have come back? I can't quite say that I have ever met anyone that's come from the wild. Perhaps we missed this in our initial interaction.
This is my first time here.
I feel like Almyre is like talking and just waving the knife around. And so I'm just gonna grab the deer, slide it over to me, and then while they're talking, just start finishing it.
Yeah, excellent. So Horace, while you're taking care of the deer, Leica goes on and he says, well, I'm Exurbia, she's quite secretive as a goddess. We know many things about the other gods that rule the realms, but Exurbia and the wild, truthfully, it's really only the druids that even know that it exists these days, and quite frankly, King Melchior would prefer that we not know that any of the gods exist, but it's quite hard to erase religion from the people.
You got your princess, by the way, so address her as such, please.
Excuse me, princess. I've been using miss, and for that I'm sorry. Perhaps you are a maiden, perhaps you are wed. Princess it is. Well, if you are married, does that still make you a princess? Like it goes off on this tangent. I'm sorry.
So, did you know that, you of course, I feel like know Victor Kane. You said you hadn't seen him often? I don't know if you maybe saw a large centipede crawling in the forest.
Victor Kane, we knew was in the forest. A large centipede does align with the things that the birds had told me. He was digging up large swaths of land, kind of destroying the forest, as it were. Creating caverns and
Did you know that it was Victor Kane, or did you just go, ooh, big centipede, no thank you?
Kind of connected the dots after you showed up looking for Victor Kane, as well as, what is her name?
Whose name?
What is it?
Ty.
Ty, sister. Vale, yes. Yeah, well, I connected the dots after you came to me, and then Vale mentioned something, and all that.
Oh, did you pass along our message to Ty about Almyre's, I don't know, I can't think of it, lust?
Oh, lust?
I believe Almyre's phrase where the river runneth... Never mind.
What?
Never mind.
You don't need to finish that, Jeatz. We get the message.
We understand. Yes, I did pass on an animal messenger towards Vale, Crimson Thorn, making sure she knew that you were safe on the other side of the mountain. And I'll leave it at that.
Oh, okay.
Well, you see, the forest has always, well, not always, it has not always been a dangerous place, but it has only become dangerous in the last little while. Connecting the dots, yes, we assume that it was Victor Kane, and I will ask you're here now. It seems the darkness over the forest has lifted somehow, some way. I might ask, what exactly happened to bring you here to me?
Have you heard of
Great
the
question.
weave?
I was unconscious.
Yeah.
Or do you know of the weave?
Oh, of the weave, of course. Well, it's where all magic is derived.
Yes. I guess we traveled through there. Someone that, I guess, who knew our friend out there, I guess, reached through and saved us from Victor Kane, who is no longer a centipede and is now a soldier of Ariazel, or an even stronger soldier of Ariazel.
So you killed and yet did not kill Victor Kane, it seems.
Oh, I guess technically we didn't kill him. He slithered out of his centipede suit.
You know when you're doing a crawfish boil and you grab one of the crawfish that you cooked and you're like, this is good, and then you take off the shell and then the inside's still alive? Yeah, that's kind of what happened. I know, it makes a lot of sense. I understand.
I'm allergic to shellfish, so I tend to stick to venison.
He was basically a naked man in a centipede outfit. He slid out of it into a pool, and now he's stronger. He's what we call a red eye, is what we've grown.
Got it.
What we've,
red eye. Interesting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we need to find him again and do better.
Well, it seems like at least the forest is free from whatever this dark embrace was. But if Victor Kane is not dead, then it seems we'll have to protect the forest a little longer until you can take out the true evil, whatever it seems to be that's driving this this Victor Kane to whatever his madness is.
Where is I'm gonna butcher this like I do every time. Lucivatus?
Lucivatus?
Lucivatus. Where is that tower?
The capital. It's towards the south. So you are in the Forest of Woe. South of here would be the mountain range, basically, for its entirety until you reach Lucivatus. But southeast of here is Marshfen, the largest city in the Empire, barring the capital itself. And then south of that is Portcullis, which is the only passage to the capital city itself, and then you would reach the tower of Lucivatus.
I guess I turn to...
Almyre has cartographer's tools.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I don't know. Can I draw that out on a map as he describes it?
Sure, yeah. I think I... do I have a map of...
Wait, you did send a map at some point.
Yeah. So here's a map of the Lucem Empire. Lucem Empire. So you guys are in the Forest of Woe, which is kind of here-ish, south of Evasport. So you basically were chasing, went to Lightwatch, teleported back to the Druid camp, Vale, went through the mountains, and now you find yourselves in this forest, basically. So south of here, immediately south of here is Lightwatch, but you've got Marshfen to the southeast, and then south of that is Portcullis, which is kind of like the passageway into the capital, Lucivatus.
Okay, I guess I'll turn to Almyre and Jeatz. Like, I know we have friends in Marshfen, so I think that's where we need to go next. But I think after that, I think we need to go to Lucivatus, and I guess I have a feeling that Victor Kane might go there. It seems at the center of everything and the power of, I guess, Ariazel in this region.
I agree with you on that. I think Marshfen is our next option. I believe there are people we need to see there.
Yeah.
I just know we need to destroy that tower.
One thing I'm concerned about is at some point we need to figure out why I can't go home. I have the location in my head, but the same voices kind of stopped me from going before.
Is your home somewhere in the? Is it the Fey? Just
Yeah.
you've lost
Jeatz,
where that is.
the point of the interaction on the Weave was to tell you that that wasn't a problem anymore.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I realized that.
Okay. Just want to make sure that was...
That was clear, yes.
Is your home in the Weave in the Feywild somewhere? Just lost or was lost to you?
No, it's here. Like,
Oh,
it does seem like maybe now I can go, but when we first were traveling, I was unable to.
is it in that brown part of that map that I was drawing right now? That little
Would I-
turd on the right.
would
You'd
I
be
know that?
unsure unless you use more powder. Your memories are still...
Oh,
when you were...
that's a good point. That's a good point. I'm not sure, but give me a second. I pull out some Coke and I do a little bump.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a wisdom save.
Alright, let's go.
I make sure to hide Almyra from the Coke. As established, she had a
Okay,
problem.
that's maybe not good.
It is canon.
8.
You can't catch a fucking break, dude.
You did too much.
No, you get nothing. You take a bump, and you get visions of maybe a dusty road, maybe some rocky outcropping, but you get nothing outside of that.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Jesus Christ.
Guys, I didn't get anything, but it's not about the information anymore.
Oh, that was. I had flour in my stack. I think you got mixed up. And
Oh my God.
That wasn't the
Oh.
crystal.
Well, it's giving me a good eye.
You shouldn't have anything from that. All right. And our friend from the tower is also there. The druid
Yeah,
is
yeah,
also in
something, right?
Marshman, correct? The wolf guy? Someone's in Marshman. Someone is in.
No, it was let me see.
Oh, the dude we saved.
No, the dude you saved is dead as fuck.
Oh. What are you talking
Mira.
about? No.
Mira, the pledgeling.
Oh, yeah,
said that
yeah,
she would
yeah,
meet
yeah.
you. She said she'd meet you.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant.
He was the
girls.
wannabe priest of Melchior or whatever.
Yep. Well, it sounds like you've
Yeah.
made quite a few friends along the way.
Well,
Tell
wait, I
me-
guess what was the organization that was there?
The eclipse is
The Eclipse. Yeah, I was thinking
yeah.
of Moon. Yeah, Eclipse.
Yeah,
Yes,
their-
I think
their
we
base
have
is in
friends
Intrepid.
there. So what,
Oh yes. Do you mention the eclipse by name, or you just say that you have friends in?
I'll just be saying it out loud. Yeah, the Eclipse.
Yes, I have heard whisperings of an organization known as the Eclipse. I think the halflings that we escort through the forest have sold a few things to the Eclipse. They seem to be hungry for magical items in particular. Could not tell you what their actual mission was. But if you're allies with them, then it's probably for the best, assuming you're also against Melchior, because Melchior and the Eclipse, oil and water.
I doubt the Eclipse is very I guess obvious in where they're located. Do you know, I guess, how we could find them? Who we could speak to?
Oh, in Marshfen?
Yes.
I'll tell you this. If you find a halfling who's carrying quite the large sack, he'll know exactly where the Eclipse is.
Okay. It's just halfway carrying a large sack.
Yes, well, a halfling carrying a large sack means that he's got a lot of goods on him, which he's looking to sell. Now, why you know that, genuinely don't remember if I'm supposed to tell you why you're supposed to remember that.
Oh, I remember. Wait.
Am I supposed to know that you remember?
No, oh, you probably didn't know.
Because people that make their way out of are not supposed to remember that they made their way out of.
Look, I think you know by now that we're okay people, so I know. I'm just gonna get that out in the air so we can start guessing. They don't.
I'll pretend like I didn't hear that. I won't be put on trial by those halflings. You know what I'm saying?
Just give Beppo an update that we're still safe. We're
Okay.
fighting an honorable fight.
He gives you a real
and
big wink.
Make sure he's keeping up his training with that sword because
Oh, of course.
one
yes.
day. Okay. Are there not many halflings in this region where that would be obvious? Maybe a little more stand out that.
Well,
Or are
halflings
they
are
pretty
not
rare?
that rare, but a traveling halfling, that's quite rare.
Okay. Is it usually the same halflings that go to town? I guess every so often. It's not. Everyone kind of goes every once in a while. It's kind of
It
the same halflings.
depends. Honestly, I'm not going to get specific because I've escorted a lot of halflings through the Forest of Woe. So I have forgotten their names.
How old are you?
Me? 50 something. 50 years or so.
That's a lot of halfling years.
I'm actually quite young for a druid. But
I guess you
halflings live longer than humans do, so I'm not really sure what you're trying to say.
look great for your age. I say not believing his might be older. I go back to
Thank you.
finishing the game. I'm actually cooking it now.
Anyway, when we last spoke, I made you gave me some gems and asked me to make something for you, and so he pulls it out of a satchel that he's got. I made you this, and
Yes, glitter armor.
glitter. No, it was a. I thought you wanted you just gave him some gems and asked him to make something out of it. No.
Yeah, I do believe that's exactly
I
what
think
happened.
2 people. Did a few people? No, I think Caleb, you asked for something, and I asked for glitter to have her armor or something embedded with gems. I think, or something.
Well, he
embedded with
maybe
gems
embedded
for
it with
her.
gems. He hands you a crown, made of twigs inlaid with gems.
Okay.
And he says, "I'm sorry, I'm not the enchanter, but at the very least, it's a crown made of gems. I'm sure it's worth more than the gems alone."
Can I do a Arcana check on it?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Is it glitter sized or
15.
us sized?
It's regular human size. With a 15, you don't get any magical aura off of this crown. However, it probably could be combined with something to make it magical.
Almyre, I think this is your expertise.
Oh,
Wait, did you make it?
I would have to enchant.
Oh, yes, I did.
Could you just tell us where this goes? What this
Oh,
goes
well,
to?
I just made you a crown. If it happens to go with something, that's none of my deal.
Alright.
Exurbia guided my hand in making this, and so if it works with something, I don't know.
Can I take out
Does it
my what's it called? The fun little Fey item I just got. The
Feywild shard?
Forces you
yeah.
to-
Can I take that out?
Have you used it today?
I can use it since I'm a wild magic sorcerer. I can use it whenever I want. Just
No,
as a reminder.
we went through this last time. It's only once per day.
I'm just saying it doesn't say that. Okay.
I
You mentioned
swear
in
to
the
God-
recap.
It says if you don't have the wild magic sorceress origin, then it's once per day.
Oh shit!
Which-
no. Yeah.
It's when I use meta magic that I can use it. But what I'm wanting to do is I'm just wanting to take it and as an action attach it to the crown.
I see. Okay. Sure. I'm sorry, Feywild shard. You're right. Once per day thing is only if you don't have meta magic.
He's ruthless today.
You
Well, you didn't hear viewers of this
I read
D&D
my.
thing.
I was told to read my items beforehand. I
If the
read
description
my
is not
items.
there, or if it's not right, then he didn't give this to us, and he's gonna take it away.
I'm sorry, I wasn't the one that misspelled the amulet of health. You're the one that's
I'm
called
typing
an amulet
fast
of
here,
healing.
okay? I'm typing fast. I'm trying to get it in.
Okay. Jeatz, yes, you may attach the Feywild chart to this crown. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Oh boy. That's a 21.
Okay. With a 21, as you attach it to this crown suddenly bursts to life. It starts like glowing in this green energy. It has kind of this aura.
Avery's like, now it only works once a day.
What? No. Okay, so I'll say that immediately you're not exactly sure what has happened. So I'm gonna need someone else to roll an Arcana check or cast Identify on it.
I can do that.
Glitter.
I can cast
Nope.
Identify
Is it
if you need me
Fey?
to.
Well, while we wait 10 minutes for Princess over here to figure out what this item is.
I guess you want dice? Also, the deer's ready. You guys were talking for quite some time, and I just finished it off.
Oh, dinner's ready. Very nice. No vegetables, just meat. Great. I love being stocked up.
No, I actually have fancy dishes and plates already made up with a full meal.
Right.
Yeah, like you went outside and like picked some vegetables from outside. Some mushrooms and
Is that a beef Wellington? How did you?
Yes, I made venison beef Wellington.
Oh, I didn't even know there was wheat growing out here. You turned it into flour already. Wow. So, Almyre,
I almost didn't have enough flour because he snorted it all, but
It's okay. Just use the
casting
crystals.
yeah, actually, it's just
Yeah, I'm
crystal.
casting Identify.
Okay. So yeah, while you guys are prepping dinner, Jeatz, your Feywild chart has fused kind of with this crown, in an unstable way. So Almyre, what I'll tell you is that as you're looking over this fusion is tenuous at best. At any moment in these 10 minutes of you casting Identify, it seems that this union could break. And go ahead and give me an Arcana check, if you will.
16.
Okay. I'll say you can't quite catch all of the details of this. So
Almyre,
I'm going to... So before I give you the description of this, I'm going to ask, do you let this fusion happen or do you break it?
What's the fusion between again? Sorry.
The crown that Leica gave you, well, that Leica made, and also the Feywild shard that Jeatz.
Oh,
Let it happen.
Let it happen.
Let it happen. Yeah.
This
Okay.
killed us all.
So you feel this fusion very unstable. You use your senses to kind of influence as you're holding this crown in your hand, and the Feywild shard latches itself into the center to create sort of like this diamond shape on this crown. So you finish casting your Identify spell, and this is what you discover. This has gone from a mundane crown made of twigs and gems to something a little more powerful. It's now turned into somewhat of a Fey artifact, if you will. Once per short rest, a spell of any level can be stored in this crown, but it requires the spell to be cast for 10 times the length of its normal casting. So a 1 minute spell would require 10 minutes to store in the crown, or a 1 action spell would require
You
a whole
mean
minute to store the single spell.
10 times?
10 times the time to cast the spell. So you basically what I'm saying is you can't do this in combat to restore a spell in it.
Question, because
And
some
only on
spells
short
are
rest.
instantaneous. Are we going to consider
sorry.
instantaneous 1 round? Like one action?
Yes. If
Okay,
I need to add
okay.
the caveat of
Okay.
minimum. One.
I'm just saying 10 times 0, 0, buddy. I'm just trying to make sure because I will be dumb and forget we had this conversation.
And you can only do it once per. Like it has to be on a short rest, basically.
Does my item still work? Like does my
No. So
thing...
that's the downside is that you lose the Feywild shard.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So, Feywild shard goes
I'm
by.
deleting
Goes into
that
the
from the inventory.
Okay, so once per short rest, and honestly, maybe I just get rid of the caveat of it taking 10 times. Anyway, whatever. You can store a spell in the crown. I'm going to change the wording to make it make more sense. You can store a spell in this crown once per short rest. As a bonus action, the wearer of this crown, they can unleash the spell using the crown as a point of origin, again, as a bonus action, but it retains the spell save DC or the attack roll bonus of the magic user who originally cast the spell.
Oh, good.
That's cool.
Okay, I'm changing the wording. This consumes
Are you putting it in the
spell slots.
chat?
I am updating the description and then I will. See, once per short rest, a spell of any level can be stored into this crown. This consumes the spell slot. As a bonus action, the spell can be unleashed from the crown as the point of origin, retaining the spell save DC or attack roll bonus in the magic user to cast the spell. Okay, yes, and I will put this in.
What's it called?
This
is it in D&D Beyond?
This is the forest crown. No, this is a completely made up.
Okay, so I'll just keep the stone as my item for now and just to like represent it.
Caleb, we could store Fireball in it and then give it to Horace, and Horace on a bonus action while he's fighting.
So the description of the spell says the crown is the point of origin of the spell. So
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have to throw it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd have to you'd have to be connected to the crown. I don't know.
Okay.
I like just if
It
it's
could be fun.
yeah. I guess if you want a horse to get
Does
consumed
the
by
crown
fireball.
take
Yeah, it's
damage?
No, it's a Fey artifact at this point, honestly.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Incredible.
He's just accepting the fact that he can kill me with me using Fireball and then keep the crown
Absolutely.
and use later when I'm dead.
But whoever wears the crown is the one who activates the spell.
He who wears the crown. Oh wait, you can't activate it from a distance.
No, I think it's got to be worn.
Right.
Like,
worn.
Yeah.
well, that's rough.
Or at least held.
Like
Yeah.
the person who put the spell in can't activate the spell.
Right.
No, you gotta be wearing
I'm
it.
sorry, do I need to change the wording to be as a bonus action, the wearer of the crown?
Yes.
I think it's
Okay.
clear.
That ruins my ability to be like, here, take this Fey artifact, big BBEG, and then just be like, also, fucking, what's it called, disintegrate from on top of your head.
Oh god.
I miss my Fey. Oh man, I miss my little, my artifact then. That was a lot of fun.
Well, blame that on Almyre for failing the DC. Sorry, that sounded angrier than I meant it to be. I didn't mean it that way.
Yep, my fault.
Okay. All right, let me delete this, and I'm going to.
Can I ask a insight check question?
Yeah.
It's
D&D. You can ask the question.
Since the Weave Warden died, or was the implication that the Weave Warden didn't really die?
Why would the Weave Warden have not died?
Okay, that's okay. Cool. Just making sure. Since the Weave Warden died and time has now untimey-wimeyed, is Almyre just dead? Permanently dead? I ask willing to roll an insight check.
I'm not even gonna have you roll in it. You can't possibly know any of that. You know that the Weave Warden is dead, but there's no insight check that would tell you what the hell's going on with the time differential.
Okay, well, I just know that the Weave Warden was the reason the time was frozen.
I mean, you can look back on your notes, but that's a y'all thing. That's not. I'm not gonna let you roll an insight check and me just give you the answer.
I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I go around mine and go, I think your dad might be dead, and then I stop walking.
Like it says, "Whoa, that's kind of deep. You okay, princess?"
Yeah, honestly, I don't know why he's saying that. I'd come to terms with the fact that my father was dead.
Oh, I thought we were still holding on hope over here.
Yeah, I was also hoping your dad was still going to make it through, but if you think he's dead, then what's the rush?
I'm hoping he does.
You know, it helps to be fighting for something, and one of those things was your father.
I really thought we were just.
What am I supposed to fight for now, Almyre?
Of the world. Home. No, I really thought.
Yeah.
You know, like I held on hope for a little while, but the longer it has taken us to, explore and live here in the material world, like I've kind of just come to terms with the fact that he may not be there when I get back.
Was
I'd
it
like him
because
to
he was
be.
old? I had an old dad. And when he passed, it was kind of a relief.
I think right. He was pretty sickly.
That's fair. He was. I mean, he is kind of old. I am the youngest, but not.
I mean, he was a good leader,
not
except the fact that he kind of
fine.
held up the problematic status quo of the summer court. But that's neither here nor there.
Almyre, you're talking to the princess. You better be careful. I'm not sure how she is without us around.
Yeah. No.
Are they like
the
authoritarian?
status quo is the status quo, and if it benefits the person in charge,
I mean, I won't say I was living as a protected
change.
class of people, but kind of. We ran a casino and never got shut down, so I don't know.
There was a reason for that. I got lots of tax money from your people.
It's kind of weird that you're referring to them as your people, but it's pretty on track for you, Almyre, so I'm not gonna lie.
My people. Your people.
You mean by your
Yes, I can see your people from the tower I live in.
It's hard to see because you're so tiny and so far away, but
And you're also very small because you're already pretty small.
Okay.
I look back on my memories of the Feywild and see if that was like a dictatorship and it was actually pretty bad there.
I think you knew it when you got there. I mean, it was pretty obvious.
I mean,
from
it's
what
a
I
monarchy,
remember.
guys,
Gosh, I guess it was so
and not the
taken
British.
back by the beautiful
Right.
architecture of the sand, everything going on there. I just, wow.
If there's one thing we've learned about symbolism and fantasy, it's that sand equals evil, which is not problematic at all in our culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, you guys have spoken over dinner. You've finished at this point. There's just a little bit of light left outside. Is there anything you guys would like to do before you go to bed? Just as a reminder, there is that fountain outside. There's a dilapidated chapel. So just curious if you guys want to explore a little more. If you want to go ahead and long rest and kind of move on with things.
Well, fountain like fucked up.
Yeah. Like I said, that the fountain here was destroyed, but they never removed the rubble, sort of as a symbol.
Weird question. Do we still have that little glass piece that lets us see through time?
Oh yes, I do.
Yes.
I have that.
Oh, the lens of time. Yes, of course.
Do you think we could see through time and maybe see if there's anything
Yeah.
that we can gather? Does it see through planes or just time?
Well, we can find out. Let's take it out
Okay.
and take a look at the rubble.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Do I need to do anything?
Yeah. So you guys, where are you using it? Like, move your
Oh, at the fountain.
move your guy.
Oh, sorry. I guess I should move my.
Yeah, move your guys.
Move your little guy.
What do you want to be looking around at? Okay, so I don't remember who's holding on to the lens of time. I assume
It's in the
it's on
bag,
our-
I believe.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, now as the sun is going down, there's a little bit of light left in the day. The shadows are no longer long; they just kind of are. Only the sort of the sun reflecting off of the atmosphere. Whatever. That was needlessly descriptive and non-descriptive at the same time. Almyre, you pull out your lens of time and look around. You see, as you hold it up to your eye, is you see a perfectly intact Widdershins as you knew it just a few weeks ago. Except the buildings looked a little younger, the lumber looked a little less worn, the fountain that stands before you is completely intact, gushing with water. You see a few people sitting around it, one of whom is a much younger Chancellor Smith.
Whoa.
Talking
That's the guy
to a much
that's the guy we threw in the water, right?
Yes, that's the guy who you told to sacrifice himself. You see Chancellor Smith, a much younger Chancellor Smith, talking to a much younger Cardigan Sarah, who Cardigan is the person that runs the inn.
Tavern
see
owner,
their-
right?
Yep. You see them finish their conversation, and Cardigan walks off towards the inn, and you see Chancellor Smith walk over towards the bridge, and you see everything seems fine and dandy until very suddenly the fountain that sits right in front of you, a cloaked figure steps in from behind a tree. He has held in his hands what appears to be a wand created from two twigs twisted together, intertwined. He walks up to this fountain and points his wand at it. The fountain glows a bright green, and almost as if in slow motion, it explodes. Shards fly at your face, but them being spectral, looking through this lens, do not harm you. But what you see as you continue to look through this lens as all of these buildings start to evaporate into smoke. You look around and you see all of these people start to disappear. The cloaked figure in front of you, after a time, is the only one left standing. He pulls off his cloak. It's the same face as the person who was in that cave with you, Victor Kane. He looks around, seeing everything having disappeared, and he falls to his knees. And the lens of time resets.
Oh,
Thanos.
weird.
So Victor Kane is sending things to the Feywild? Is that what this
whole-
seems
The whole
like?
town.
He must have. I'm gonna, I guess, assume here, but maybe Ariazel gave him this item. Maybe he didn't believe the power that it held, and he used it. Now, I guess, maybe he believed in the power of, I guess, Ariazel and the Feywild.
Well, what's interesting is that implies that when something is teleported, it also loses memories of its original state, because like they didn't ever mention being anywhere else, and they were clearly the same people.
Why is that the Feywild? You forget your memories. I guess they wouldn't have
That's right, Sean.
remembered it all.
They don't
Maybe
remember
bits
it?
and pieces, but nothing to really to fit it all together, or sometimes I guess all together.
So they just completely wiped their own memory. The Feywild were wiped their memories. I mean, I guess that's true.
I don't remember anything. I mean, I was young when I came to the
Yeah,
Feywild,
what-
but there was not much I remember. My parents, I don't think they
What if
remember
that's-
anything at all.
What if that's not because of the Feywild? It's because of whatever magic. What if the same magic that sent you here is the same magic that sent this, which is why you can't.
I think I don't know.
Pausing-
to me, I
pausing-
think that
Pausing for lore. Sean's character, Horace, he was not sent to the Feywild because of Victor Kane's magic that you saw through the lens of time.
That we know of. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Victor Kane, sure, might have made this village disappear somehow, but Horace came to the Feywild naturally through Feygate on a full moon one night. And Jeatz, you're at this point you're unsure how you arrived in the Feywild, but you're fairly sure that you were born here on the material plane. So the memory erasure must be coming from somewhere else.
I guess I would say I don't think it is because Lucivitas Tower, whatever it's called.
Lucivatus.
I'll forget that. Lucivatus. That was. That seems to have been built around Melchior, and from I guess tying in what my uncle and stuff has said, it happened after we left. I guess I assume, kind of based on timelines, happened after we left. So I think that tower, the memory spell.
Oh, you were young. I would say if
I guess
you want
from
to take more, if you want to take more
I guess
powder.
I was thinking of what my uncle said. Okay, I'll take powder.
Oh, okay, you want to try it?
You know what?
Try and recall
Let me
some
do
memories?
something real quick.
How many charges of powder do we have left?
Let me see.
Have you been keeping track of it,
I'm
Avery?
not sure.
Mhm. You have
Okay.
8 of your 12 charges left of the
Okay.
powder.
Okay.
Right.
That
got
does that include
my
the
roll.
6? The 6 that I did well, no one was noticing because to keep my eye out. I'm just kidding. I'm feeling good.
What do I roll?
Roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Where's that? Okay. 10. I've been rolling really shit today.
I'm sorry, Horace. You take the powder, and you do feel a shock to the system in the same way that you felt a shock when you first tried to take the powder in the caverns.
Oh,
Just before you
Can
met
I
the
give
mind
him-
flayers,
That's my
but-
flower again. Fuck.
Can I give him a help action?
I'm
Can I give him
honestly-
the health action because I've
Honestly, I'm
helped him
gonna
trip?
say this is quite personal.
Oh, okay.
It's like a mental battle with a memory block. So no.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't expect you to say yes at all anyway.
Well, that's good.
Okay, well, that's just my theory, I guess. I don't know for sure, but I think we should at least try to destroy the tower, and maybe we will truly see what's going on with our memories.
Um,
Do we want to go look at the church and see maybe if that lens can do anything?
Sure.
Yeah. All right, I'll go to the church.
I've been built later though.
I'll I guess
take a
open
look
the
at it.
door and see if there's anything.
Horace, you open the door, and as you push it in, instead of swinging on its hinges, it just falls over. That goes through this empty room. What you see are fallen candelabras, broken benches, and the altar ahead has completely collapsed.
Yeah,
Right,
monocle.
Master Almyre, what do you see? Is there anything on the altar still left?
You okay, so what's happening first? Horace, are you inspecting the altar, or
I guess
Almyre using
while
the lens?
she's walking up, I guess I kind of went ahead. I guess she's walking up, and
Okay.
while she's putting it on, I'm going to see if I see anything here.
I'll say, Almyre, you look through the lens and you don't see anything of import. You just see grown trees where this chapel now stands, essentially, kind of indicating that this chapel hasn't always existed. So it was erected for some reason, and that reason, Horace, as you walk up to the chapel, you see quite the faded sign, kind of over to the right of this altar. If you would please roll me a perception check to try to read it. Or investigation, maybe, whichever is better.
That is a 22.
22. So the paint on this wooden sign is quite faded, but you're able to kind of make out the message. The gist that you get is something like this. Please place offerings to the gods here to bring back the village of Miracle. The name of the town before it disappeared and became a tragedy. And I'll say also with that, you know that you already know this based on what Almyre saw, but the village that was here, known as Miracle in the material plane, is now known as Widdershins in the wild. So this seems to be a place where
people, I guess, hope to bring back their loved ones, and
exactly
wish that one day they come back.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be weird if, like, due to like time dilation and stuff with the Feywild, if they came back exactly like as they were?
Did you just do some crystal?
Someone. No, this is just my brain normal.
This is my brain on oxygen.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Well, I guess I'm not sure what we have left here to do. I think we ought to go to Marsh then. Next, maybe we'll go up, see if Mike has anything else to say.
Yeah. Okay. Horace, as you're walking by the fountain, go ahead and give me an Arcana check. And in fact, do it with the advantage, please.
That's the same thing, and that is a 12.
Oh, okay. And Jeatz, I think you have not rolled an Arcana check on the fountain as of yet.
I don't think
so.
I have either.
I'll allow you to roll an Arcana check.
That's a 10.
All right. Well, the fountain remains a mystery.
Pascal, give a help action. Does Glitter see anything?
Sure, Jeatz. I'll let Pascal give you the help action.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
say Glitter is relatively uninvolved here.
That's an 18 plus 6, 24.
Whoa.
That's right. Let's go, Pascal.
Jeatz, you're kind of straggling. Oh, maybe not straggling. You're walking by the fountain and you hear more whispers and you clue in immediately. You hear voices on the wind and you clue in that it seems to be coming from the fountain itself.
I walk up to the fountain and I'm like, hello?
You don't hear a active response back, but you do hear more voices kind of echoing on the wind, kind of as if they're coming out of nowhere, as if there's people trapped within the rubble.
Do I sense any kind of like water or anything underneath the rubble?
No. Underneath the rubble is pure dirt. Whatever voices you hear seems to be something linking this place with Widdershins in the wild.
I want to.
You want to?
Yes. I want to. Caleb wants to. Yes. Caleb wants to. I want to take my 6th level spell slot, and I'd like to try to cast Magic Circle around the ruins to see if it can connect across planes in this one spot.
Okay. Magic Circle.
It does not normally connect across planes. That's why I added that.
So I'm reading this spell. What does magic circle have to do with? Interesting. Sure. You know what? Yeah. I'll allow you to cast magic circle on the fountain here. So, 10-foot radius. Let's see. Yeah, that's about right. Basically right around the where the fountain is.
I start taking rocks and like building almost the Stonehenge style, like.
I would say it doesn't even really require your physical interaction. You start casting the spell, and the stones start to recreate this projection of what the fountain used to look like here, which is the exact representation of what it looks like in Widdershins, at least how you left it today. And when you do this, you see the spectral form of Bronto appear, sitting on the edge of the fountain, and it looks like he's talking to Genevieve, who is the person who kind of won the election by choice, by the village's choice, kind of the person you put in power. But it seems like they're talking, and they're talking in sentences that speed up but slow down, so you can kind of only catch a little bit of what they're saying. So Horace and Almyre, while Jeatz is focusing on the spell, go ahead and roll me a perception check to see if you can make out what it is that they're talking about.
Natural 20.
18.
Wow. Okay. I'm just dragging their stat blocks in here. So you see them sitting on the edge of this fountain, sort of talking to one another. So you hear Bronto's iconic Australian accent talking to Genevieve about what the hell's going on, what he saw. So what you can deign is that Bronto did make his way through the darkness in the spring court to Widdershins. So what Bronto is saying is that the darkness has overtaken basically the entirety of the spring court. And you hear Genevieve respond that she's thankful that Lady Lorema has kept her promise to the three of you to protect the village of Widdershins. And so far, it seems like she's holding out okay. And you hear Bronto respond that he's unsure of how long the spring court, the capital itself, is going to hold out. Lady Lushleaf is stronger than she might seem, but against a force such as this, you're unsure how long it's going to last. Okay. And with that, Jeatz, your spell kind of fizzles, and these arcane visages of your friends disappear.
Okay. Cool.
We get a sense of if that was happening right now, or if that was just a memory.
You would get a sense that is very nearly where you are in this moment.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to get specific with the timey-wimey stuff because time dilation is fucking crazy. I do have a tracker. I will let you know. I do have a track of when things are happening. But I can't get specific, of course. So that said, the sun is going down. It's getting dark. You see kind of like looking out the window at you. He looks very intrigued by what he just saw around the fountain.
Did he see those people too?
Yeah, they were very real.
Wow.
They were just like kind of coated in blue, but you recognized who they were.
Well, I guess it's off to bed.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, we still taking a long rest. We'll go back and
alrighty.
Take a rest.
So you come back in, and Lenka says, well, I've found some more blankets for you. I've had a couple hidden under the floorboard. I beat them out, made sure there was no cockroaches in them. Promise. There's no cockroaches in them. So
I haven't
please
slept to bed in a long time without a cockroach.
So yes, of course. Please feel free. I'll keep watch for the night. I'll stay up. I've rested well. It seems like you all need a nice long rest, as it were.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Oh, of course. Anything for you, the saviors of the Forest of Woe. Now it's more like the Forest of Wow. No, there's a lot of work to do. No,
I'm
no,
waiting
don't
for
even.
that one.
No. No, thank you. No, thank you.
No,
I think that we'll start going by the term WoW. It stands for the Warriors of WoW.
Wow. I'm not sure I buy it.
What it is it's self-recurring. So then someone says, "What's WoW stand for?" Then and then you're like, "Warriors of WoW," and then they're like, "Yes, but what about the WoW in Warriors of WoW?" And then it's like, "Oh, Warriors of WoW." So it just kind of keeps going endlessly.
Warriors of warriors of warriors of warriors of
Warriors of Warriors of War. Yeah.
I think you really need to go to sleep.
He's done a lot of crystal today. I'm so
outside.
sorry.
He slips
It's
outside.
crystal and a lot of flour, actually. The combo is not.
Oh my! Yes, deadly
There's no
combination. So Leica slips outside. I think that he'll keep an eye out for you, and as the sun goes down, you all sleep nice and warmly for the night, getting a long
Before I
rest
go to sleep,
as well
can
as
I pat Jeatz down to see if he has any
right.
crystal? And
Uh,
then see if he also has some gold.
I do not go to sleep until you do.
You give him that now.
so neither Jeatz nor Horace
Spend
get a
all
long
night
rest.
looking at each other.
Almyre, you get a long rest. The
Yeah.
other two do
Long
not. You
Take a long rest.
we can sort out the gold shit tomorrow. That said, you all get a long rest. Eventually, Horace and Jeatz, you're exhausted. You do fall asleep. We can sort out the gold shit next time. But you do get a level up along with that long rest.
Let's go.
And you guys are well rested to continue your adventure to figure out where you're going next. Perhaps towards Marshfen to find the eclipse. Maybe you'll find some of Jeatz's family members amongst the changelings. We'll see. And then maybe you'll kill the King Melchior. We'll see. But then, yeah, that's a far way off.
Here's to 50.
Here's
Oh,
to 50. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.